Good evening, everyone. We're still on the Identity and Prosperity Show, and we're on the 16th episode, and we'll be speaking about learning, how learning is more efficient when the content of the learning is linked to who you are. So, it is very important that with regards to whatever that we learn, it's something that aligns with who we are. So, with that being said, I'll repeat the topic is learning is more efficient when the content of the learning is linked with who we are. And I'll also narrate it from a personal experience. I remember back then in university where you will just attend, the class will be so filled to say that, this is a class of future accountants, future internal auditors, will be so energized to go to the class and to say that we are future accountants. But then the thing is, there will be most cases where most of us, or probably some of us, will just go to the class because of the system that they'll be using to say that if you get to attend, there will be a reward incentive based on your attendance. If you don't attend, there'll be a punishment for that. So I remember one time they would say that whenever you attend, you'll get 5% free as class attendance. And if you don't get the 5%. So it's then triggered the thought to say that if we were future accountants, as we say, that we'll fill a class to say that we are in this class because we want to pursue accounting in the near future, why will there be a system where we'll be forced to go to the class? There'll be a system where there's reward and there's punishment with your absence or your presence. So I believe that if the learning is for what you love and what you truly say that you're going to pursue in life, it shouldn't be a case that there'll be a reward and a punishment system for that. So it's always triggered me to say that why will they say that we need to go to a class, we'll get the 5%, and we'll just going to class because of that 5%. We'll just avoid going to class because of those kind of things. So why will there be a system where we need to be forced to go to class? So it then triggered the thought that why wouldn't I just go to class spontaneously? So with me having the intuition to say that I need to go to class because this is what I want to do. Why will there be a system for that? And also after doing that, I remember one of my tutoring sessions, it was 2019 when I was still a tutor, and they would say that, we need to make sure that the learners attend classes. As tutors, please make sure that you motivate those learners to attend classes. Whenever someone attends a class, there will be points or something like that. So I then get to a point that it's so pointless to say that someone needs to be forced to go to class and at the same time they are physically in the space, but then mentally they are absent. I remember when I used to do tutorials, there will be those learners who will be so energized about the content. They'll just say, Kagiso, I'm aspiring to be an internal auditor and accountant. And when you just see their profile pictures on WhatsApp, they'll just display the institution board, they'll just display, anything that has to do with the body. But then with regards to others, they'll just go to a class, but then physically, they might be there, yes, but then mentally they're just absent. They're just going on with other things, but then they get the points. Now, what is the point to say that there need to be a system for reward and punishment with a presence of your own to say that it's your vision, but then why would they need to force you? So they'll just say, tutors, make sure that you motivate those learners to come to class, and I'll just go mad about it because I don't believe that I need to motivate someone to indeed attend a class that he or she feels that it's going to fulfill what he or she says is his vision or his mission in place. Now, how would you say that you're an internal auditor, but then we need to force you to come to class? The content of the learning is usually a case that you only value it unless as it correlates with who you are and what you want to really pursue in life. And let me just give you a typical example with regards to that. With terms of curiosity, there will always be a case that those learners will just ask me, Kagiso, can you just enlighten me on how is it in the corporate space when this internal auditing profession is being involved? How is it like? And they'll just, go out of the scope of work to say that I need to know how is it like. And I'll just, give them from a personal experience from my friend to say that in terms of internal auditing, I've also done work integrated assignments where I just do an audit. This is how it's like. But then with regards to others, they wouldn't even have the passion or the fascination or the curiosity to just even know about it. But then the funny thing is that you in your second year and your third year, you're saying you want to pursue this, but when you don't even take any interest, you don't even take the interest to say how is it like the path that I'm pursuing, what will I find in the process. But then people not so be motivated about it, but then they are claim that they are following this passion. So it's more of like a contradiction, and it's going to escalate into the corporate space to say that if you're into varsity and you're all about being forced to attend to class, when we escalate it to the corporate space, they'll just say, employees, colleagues, there's a conference going on, and you get employees to say that, I can't be going there. Please sign for me, just do a signature for me. I wouldn't even go in there. Then you then ask yourself that, how do you even call that a mission where you're supposed to be? The kind of place that you are, is it aligned with where you want to be? I mean, if you're into your internship of doing your first year, when you say you look at yourself in 10 years, do you really see those people who are holding those senior positions to say, this is where I want to be? Because if you feel like you want to pursue something, you need to have a visualization to say that in the next 5 years and the next 10 years, I need to see myself in this space. Now, when you're doing your first year as an intern, do you see yourself in that same position where someone is holding a senior position? If that's not the case, then why would you just give yourself that misconception to say that someone would say, I'm in a workspace, but then whenever they introduce conferences, he or she will not attend, will just say, you know what, friend, please sign for me. I'm not about attending that. And you need to force people to say that if you attend, you get that reward. If you don't, you get a punishment. What is the core purpose to say that we need to reward you, we need to punish you for your absence, whereas you are claim that you want to be in that path? I'll tell you forward, whenever I go to a business summit or a business conference, whenever I just go into the venue, I just spontaneously put my phone on silent. I don't want any disturbance or whatsoever. I need to make sure that the content is everything that I used to grasp, because it's so fascinating to say that, whenever I learn about this, it relates to who I am. Whenever they speak about such, I just visualize myself also doing the same and inspiring people the same way. But then if I were to say I'm attending a conference, but then I'm just saving my phone there, I just went there for the purpose of getting a reward for it. But then with a business summit, for me, I just put my phone in silent and just, listen to the speaker. There will be no case that I'll even entertain someone on WhatsApp until we have a break on it. And the participation level on this is so high, because it intrigues me to say that I come prepared, and to say that, I was wondering about this question all this while, and I even get to participate a lot. But then you have to say that you need to go here because it's a compulsory thing, then what's the point? Because people physically be in the space, but mentally they are absent. So it's no use. Also, to put in another thing, let me just give you the little thing with regards to the TV programs. If you're into forensic, if you're into crime, you'll just spontaneously watch TV programs that align to that. If you're into this, your YouTube subscribers will always subscribe to all the things that you feel like, this relates to me. And also with regards to a person meeting up, will say that, Kagiso, are you free on this day? And be like, okay, what is it all about? It's something like that has to do with something. I can't be there because it doesn't even intrigue me. But then whenever someone just, proposes a meeting or proposes a meet up to say that this correlates with what you want, I'll always be energized to go there. With regards to also the topic that I always bring up when I'm with my close friends, whenever I'm with my close friends, I'll just bring topics that relate to business, entrepreneurship, because I always want to learn more about entrepreneurship. But then to say that you into this passion or this mission, but then the topics that you always like to engage on, it's not something that relates to that. So it's very important that we don't put this system of reward and punishment, because it's so pointless to say you need to physically be in class, but then mentally you're not there. It's so pointless to say this is a business summit, you need to put your phone aside, we need to do monitoring. Whenever I just go to the business summit, spontaneously I put my phone in silent. When someone calls, no, I can't take this. When someone just say, this is a meeting up, I just have a choice to say that, what is it all about? No, I can't be there. So with regards to also now, the live videos, I'll just say, okay, this live video doesn't correlate with the content that of what I like, so I just move on to the next live video. I then have to get a choice on the kind of content that I need to pursue. I cannot just be forced to study something and just be motivating myself to, I need to study this, because with regards to my coaching, I'm all about learning every day. I'm all about studying. I'm all about reading books, because the content is always fascinating, because this is the core place, the path that I'm willing to pursue in life. So yes, it's been an awesome night, and thanks. I'll just say for you guys also, have yourself a great evening.